So EA have just released a Team of the Season Moments Lucas Torreira, and as you can imagine, I'm pretty excited to try this card out. I've been using the 86 Footmas Torreira for months now, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my most used items in FIFA 19. But Footmas Torreira's time in my club may now be over, as Torreira now has a better variant in Ultimate Team. He's now got this 89 rated Team of the Season Moment card, which in today's video we'll be obtaining and then trying out. Now before we get into the video, in the comments below be sure to let me know your thoughts on this Lucas Torreira item, and also let me know if you got the Footmas Torreira card back in December. If you could leave a like rating on this video, that would be absolutely awesome, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well for more FIFA content. Okay, now all the intro stuff is done, let's get these SBCs done, and let's get this Torreira card into my club. I actually am trying to get into the SBC right now, and it's not letting me. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Right, I'm in. Okay, so the SBCs that we've got to do to get this Lucas Torreira are the Arsenal SBC, a Premier League one, and an 85 rated squad. So I'm going to go get these done, and I'll see you guys in a second once I have the squads complete. Okay, so this is the squad we'll be using for the Arsenal SBC. Now, I know it looks a bit expensive, but as per usual, I've got a lot of untradables in here, so it's actually not costing me too much. So I'm happy to submit that for the first SBC. So that is the Arsenal one complete. So for the Premier League SBC, this is what I'll be offloading. It features a bunch of untradeable cards, a bunch of untradeable reward cards like this Henderson and the Gomes, and also players like Sane are untradeable too. So yeah, that's the Premier League team done. And this is the team I'll be using for the final squad, the 85 rated team. This one's pretty expensive, I won't lie. I think it cost me like 150k, so yeah, probably wouldn't copy this team if I were you. There's probably cheaper alternatives available. But anyway, I'm happy to submit it because I want this Torreira card in my club. So that's the SBCs complete. It's time for Mr. Lucas Torreira to walk out. I hope he gets a good dynamic image added soon. And here he comes, the 89 rated Lucas Torreira. I hope this card's good. I really, really do hope this card is class. I love the Footmas card, so I won't lie, I have big expectations for this 89 rated item. So here's the squad that I normally use. As you can see, in it is the Footmas Torreira, who I have used a lot since it came out. But sadly that card is probably never going to be used again, because now we have an even better Torreira card to use. And we'll plop him in right about now. There we go. So, now we've got the card, now we can get into this 89 rated Footmas Torreira player review. So let's have a look at this card. It looks pretty freaking good. In-game stats wise, it's got some pretty nice in-game attributes which we're going to go over right now. So we will begin in that shooting section. This card has 98 shot power and 93 long shots, so from distance this card could be able to bang some shots in. Obviously his finishing isn't great, so we don't want to be shooting with this guy too much inside the box. Passing wise, he's got some pretty decent stats. He's got 93 short passing and 87 long passing, which will definitely be good if we are going to be distributing from deep. Dribbling wise, this card's got some awesome stats for a defensive mid: 91 agility, 99 balance, 89 ball control, and 84 composure. In the defending department, we can see he's got a really elite interception stat of 96, really good marking of 96, also solid stand tackling of 95, and good slide tackling of 87. Physically, his strength isn't the best, but it's definitely not terrible. Luckily though, he does have a lot of aggression, so he's going to show a lot of fight for the ball. He's got 98 stamina, so this guy should be able to run up and down the field all game long. Anyway, we're not here just to look at the stats, we're here to find out if this card is worth picking up or not, and to do that, we need to try this card out in some games. So without further ado, let's get into some matches, and let's see how this Lucas Torreira card performs in actual matches. So this is what we're up against in game number 1. It's a very solid Bundesliga side, which features the red foot champs Kingsley Coman, and also that road to the final Rebic. There's the ball into Torreira, he's going to try and bring that ball forward. Or sliding through a nice pass for Antonio. Now I've got a chance to attack, but we're going to be fouled. And is that a penalty? It is indeed a penalty, and only one man can take it now, and that is Lucas Torreira, who set up the run. And he puts it past the keeper, and just like that, we're 1-0 up. Here's Torreira. Goes for the lobbed through ball. Can Antonio get on the end of this? He definitely can. Whip that into the box, but the cross wasn't great. Oh, here's a chance. Torreira's up front for some reason. And now we have a chance on the edge of the box. We're going to come inside with the 10. Get the shot away, but unfortunately it's going to deflect wide for a corner. Here he is picking up the ball. He's got a bit of space ahead of him. Takes on one. Takes on another. It's the same player, but he's took him on twice and then he scored. That's a great power shot. Low-driven shot right in the corner. And Farman was given no chance. Rebic looking to bring the ball forward, but Lucas Torreira is having absolutely none of that. Wins the ball and then sets Aubameyang out. This could be a great counter-attack. Aubameyang puts it into the box. Antonio! And that is free. And there is the half-time whistle. So we head in at the break with a 3-0 lead. And thus far, it's been a pretty fun game to play, to be honest. Lucas Torreira doing really well in his defensive mid role. In the second half, we are going to switch formation. We're going to go for a 4-2-3-1 formation. So Torreira is going to have a partner in defensive midfield. He's going to have Michael Ballack alongside him. Oh, nice interception there by Torreira. Floating out onto the wing. Gets the ball inside the Ballack. And now we have a chance to score with Eriksson, who does his man and then puts the ball in the back of net. What a goal that was from Eriksson. What a strike. Nice interception there from Lucas Torreira. And then he does really well to dribble around too, but unfortunately he's pushed off the ball by Delaney, but he wins it back. And now he slides the ball through to Christian Eriksen, who should score, and he does. And there is the full-time whistle. The game actually ends in a 5-2 scoreline, which is a pretty high-scoring game. So how was Lucas Torreira on debut? He was pretty good, to be honest. He got amongst the goals, he got involved in attacks as well as doing his defensive duties. Won't lie, he doesn't feel much better than the Footmas variation of him, but nonetheless, this feels like a pretty good card. Anyway, let's get into another match and see how he does against a different opposition. So this is what we've come up against in the second game. It's a pretty interesting side. There are a couple of players off chem, but nonetheless, this team does feature some very good Ultimate Team items. He's got Player of the Month Aubameyang up top with, I think that's Icon Inzaghi, and he's also got the Footmas Lacazette just in behind them. Nice interception there by Lucas Torreira, stopping an early attack from my opponent. There's Lucas Torreira, dribbles inside one, dribbles inside two, and then forces a good save out of Alisson. Lucas Torreira staying on his feet once again once he's challenged. Still going, Lucas Torreira. We're going to go for that long shot. Unfortunately, that one is straight at Alisson. Torreira whips the ball into the box, and the header. But Alisson once again makes the save. Inzaghi tries to come through, but Lucas Torreira says no. Interesting clearance there from Torreira. Couldn't quite reach it with his head, so he went for an acrobatic flip. Forces another good save out of Team Season Alisson, who is stopping everything in this game. Torreira wins a header. What an achievement. So the half-time whistle has just blown, and at the break we go in at a 0-0 scoreline. As you can see, both sides have had chances, but neither has been able to take advantage of them yet. In the second half, we'll be changing formation to the 4-2-3-1, as we always do. Chance, and Torreira's beating at the back stick. Not surprisingly, he is 5 for 6. I didn't expect him to win a header, especially against Inzaghi. Yeah, look at that. He just gets shoved out the way. Chance, Torreira getting the end of that. Nice. Nice tackle by Torreira there on Pepe. And there goes the full-time whistle. Unfortunately, we've lost that game, which is really frustrating because we had so many more chances. Like, look at that, his keeper made 13 saves. Yeah, I'm a bit mad about losing that game. Nonetheless, Torreira was alright in that match. He wasn't as effective as he was in game number 1. Still made plenty of intercepts and plenty of tackles, which was pleasing. But aerially, as we saw, he did get dominated on a few occasions. Anyway, that is the live games now complete. I am going to go play a few more matches with this Torreira item so I can get a better opinion of the card. But that's the gameplay done for you guys, so I'll see you in a second on the summary page. So after using this card for a few more games, what are my thoughts on it? Honestly, I think it's a very solid defensive midfielder item. Aside from the lack of aerial ability, this card is very freaking good. In game, this card is very quick. For a defensive midfielder, he is very fast, and that's great because it means if the opposition break away, this guy does have the pace to be able to track back and to attempt to make a tackle. His pace is also an advantage once he's collected the ball, as he can bring the ball forward quickly, helping turn defensive situations situations into attacking ones. Positionally, this Torreira was pretty good for me. He sat back and protected my backline for most part, and that's exactly what you want from a defensive mid. Yeah, now and then he will join in with attacks, but for most part, due to his medium-high work rates, he will stay back naturally. But if he does start shooting forward out of line for you too much, obviously you can apply a player instruction. I thought this card's passing was really good too. The guy distributes the ball really well over both long and short distances. His crossing also wasn't that bad either, considering he is a defensive midfielder. This Torreira's dribbling is also very good. This guy is small and agile, so he's really easy to manoeuvre when he has possession. This is one of them defensive cards that can dribble out of trouble if under pressure. He's got good ball control and he's relatively well composed when in possession. When it comes to shooting, well, you've seen that this guy can certainly strike a ball from distance. This guy's shots were very powerful and accurate when taken from outside the box. His finishing inside the box though is pretty poor, so just don't shoot with him inside the box. He's a defensive mid, he shouldn't be in that box too much anyway. Defensively, Torreira is absolutely solid. This card was constantly making interceptions for me, which is a huge positive. His tackling ability is also really good, and it's just easy to defend with this guy because he's so aggressive. This item's strength is good, but it's not amazing compared to other CDMs in FIFA. However, that high aggression that I just mentioned does make up for his lesser strength on some occasions. Even when this guy is outstrengthed, he has great balance, so he rarely goes to ground. Aerially, as you can imagine, that's where we see a key negative for this item. This guy is 5'6" and has average jumping. Even if he had 99 jumping, he's not going to be winning many aerial battles due to his height. So aerially, this guy, he is not great. He's also got a freestyle weak foot, which is a bit of a more minor negative. Obviously, a freestyle weak foot isn't the end of the world, but it does mean that when it comes to shooting and passing to get the most out of this card, you are going to want to try and utilise his stronger right foot as much as you can. He does have 4-star skill moves though, which is a rarity for a defensive mid. This Torreira card also has brilliant stamina, so he can spend the full 90 minutes tracking back and making good defensive plays without getting too fatigued. Overall though, as you've just heard, I've got a lot of praise for this card, and I really do think it's a really good defensive midfielder option. However, if I'm being fully honest, I don't think this card is much better than the 86 rated Futmas Torreira. So if you're short on coins and already have Futmas Torreira, I would probably give this SBC a miss. But if you don't have that Futmas Torreira, this card is definitely worth considering. It's a very good CDM item that just performs really well in FIFA 19. So if you don't mind a shorter defensive mid, then this card could be a very good option for you. But like I said, if you got Futmas Torreira, I truly wouldn't bother with this Team of the Season Moments item. So guys, you've just heard my thoughts on this brand new Team of the Season Moments item. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on this card. We're coming towards the end of the video now, so if you could leave a like rating on it, that would be greatly appreciated. In the comments below, feel free to ask any questions you may have about this card. And also in the comments, obviously, let me know your thoughts on the SBCs and this card in general. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.